Hey guys, so today is planting day and I haven't done a garden like this. I've participated in very large farming when I was a kid on weekends and for weeks during the summertime, but otherwise I've only grown, a little bit of this or that, mostly flowers or things like that. But I have 280 growing square feet. I have an optional spot to put another bed over here, so if I need an additional piece come the spring. And so I'm going to start with this middle back bed. And so the trellis piece in the back, that is just some shelving that I got off the side of the road for free, and it is super heavy duty. It's going to hold up to any amount of weight of vegetables. I did a couple of zip ties. I had a scrap piece of metal edging that I just put on there, and there's a couple of zip ties underneath and then one holding a little metal edging. I've put a couple of stakes down here, not the kind you can eat, but some stakes at the bottom on each side to keep it from spreading out. And I see in the sun here, you can't see it, but there's a little swarm of tiny little gnats, and I bet those are aphids already swooping in. I tell you, they are fast. And the squash bugs, the stink bugs, I already had a big one on the prowl on the tomatoes. I've had one about every other day, and I come get them off of there and kill them. I don't really like killing stuff, but they have to go. Oh, there's a little squirrel in the alley. I don't know if you can see him. Little squirrel. Hi, squirrel. Over here, I'm going to grow a cantaloupe and some kale in front of that, and spinach, and I still have room left over. I haven't decided yet, and it's the heat of summer, so I may have some patches where I just put in an assignment of what will be there in the late fall or spring, and I'll just put cardboard over those sections so the ground doesn't dry out too much, and also keep the weeds at bay. I found either roadside or saved, like these are branches from my crepe myrtle when I have to trim some of those back, and they dry out pretty nice. You can get some good straight pieces. That's what a couple of these stakes are here for the squash, and so I have those. These brown stakes, I had those for something else, I'm not sure, but anyway, they're here, and so I will utilize those. These are some the metal green stakes, and those I'm recycling where I had got them to put up some other temporary fencing, and so I'll use those. The rebar, that's an option, and I found this rebar actually in the road, in the middle of the road, not all at one time, but a piece here or a piece there. So I just get them, and they don't take up any space, throw them to the side. Another thing is like this piece of copper pipe. I had two of those, so I have one piece back here for that pepper plant, and I have this piece that's a little bit taller. This trellis is, I would say it's probably kind of a medium strength. It's not as durable as those metal shelves, but it will do the job for something. So I have that, and I got that for free, helping clear out an estate. And I got these from a roadside where somebody just, curbside finds where people throw things out. So I have that. This is really heavy duty, and it's all wound up, but I can figure out something to do with this that needs this height. So I may save it later for peas. But I just wanted to sit out all the things that I found. I didn't find them all at one time. I've been saving them. I planned on doing this garden a couple of years ago, and then COVID hit, and just different things. Life happens, and you change up your plans or you postpone them, but you can always go back and pick back up on those ideas you had. So hit the thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't. I'm just getting started with these videos. They will get better, and all these garden beds are going to fill up with greatness and probably some challenges that I can either get mad about or just find a way to solve it and move on and have better success from learning those experiences. So I'm excited. And in my planning, which I used growveg.com, and as you can see, I have some stuff for the compost. I have some garlic that's already trying to bloom, so I'm gonna put all this to use. I have some potatoes that are seeding, pretty ugly looking, but I'm gonna put those in some dirt halfway up and keep them watered till I can get some starters off of that. And in my planning, I put together what I want in each bed to help with my plans here, my organization. So these are kind of already all batched together. See, here's the sugar pie, little pumpkins, because we have a friend that makes us pumpkin bread every year. So I'm gonna hopefully be able to surprise her with some fresh pumpkin, and that will be a little bit more appreciation than just my thank yous that I've given in the past. So that would be a nice surprise. And so that's what I have. I have some other seed that I've already sorted and put to the side that has to wait until our temperatures come down to like 85 or less. And right now we are in the high like 99 to 102 every day for a couple of weeks already, and we still have more to go. We don't actually get down into the 90s, the low 90s or 90 until September. What? This is Texas. Welcome to Texas. So, but growveg.com, all I've done is the free trial so far. I have no idea what it costs, but you can put your borders, you can plan out your whole garden bed like I did here. And this is a seating square. You can make one from wood. I got this for the square foot garden method. So I went ahead and purchased this and to show you, and you can decide what is worth your money. I don't normally like to spend money at all, period, but I went ahead and purchased this, one, for educational purpose, two, to speed up my process because I need to get the seed in the ground. And things that do go to seed, I will be saving my own seed so I don't have to continue to buy fresh seed for everything all the time, and that will save money too. Okay, this bed is done, and at the front are zinnias mixed in across here along with some garlic cloves. Be sure and plant garlic pretty deep, 3 or 4 inches if you're going to also put quite a bit of mulch on top. If not, you need to go like 5 inches deep. So that's a common problem for garlic. If you do not plant them deep enough, they're not gonna mature. So then I have zucchini along here, and I put some stakes. These are just from my crepe myrtle trees. That's just a random piece of broken stake. Right here I have 1 square foot for Anaheim pepper, and then I had bought at the half price some California Wonder. It was just whatever that they had, and there wasn't much. But one pot had 2 plants, so I got 2 for 1. When I first planted them, I watered them within the first 10 or 15 minutes, and it's so hot out here they were wilting, but now they are perking back up. So I think they'll be okay. I watered them very, very good. And then over here on the trellis, I have cucumbers for the front, and then this row is going to be Swiss chard And then I have pole beans on the back right here. And so I'm planting my pole beans, and I have a nice trellis support here from a shelf, really solid, that I found on the side of the road. And I also have this back fence. I need to trim off the tree stuff over there. I'm just trying to get the seed in for now. But I have this support on this side as well, so maybe a few beans will grow up this way. But they do like to go very tall, so 6 feet. Some grow even taller than that. And so you want 8 to 9 seeds. The square foot method says 8. They have 9 on the template. I've gone ahead and put them in as 9 and kind of overlapped my tool here and started seeds here. As you can see, they're kind of in their little holes. And so I will push them down to about 1 inch. You could use your finger, you could wear gloves. The thing comes with a pole. You could use anything you want. And you could use a handle of a wooden spoon or something if you don't want to stick your finger in it. But so there we go. And so I have the first square foot, the second one, and the third one. So I'm just gonna poke these in. And so I just want about 1 inch, 1.5 inches. If you have sand, you'll want to go a little bit deeper so that there's still moisture for them. So I'm just gonna poke them in. And I think there might have been one right there. And there's one off down in here. And just kind of smooth it over. And if you pray over it. And that's that. I'm gonna cut this. It's wound around and around. And I'm gonna use a piece of it for a trellis for my sugar pie pumpkins. Kind of just guessworking, but the pumpkins grow 6 to 7 inches. And this is a pretty heavy gauge wire, so with good open spaces in it, I think I can use it well for a trellis for my sugar pie pumpkins. So I'm gonna cut it free. I've estimated like going around, so I have from here around and then back again here, and I'm gonna cut it free. This is the packet that I got. I will save some seed if I really like how these turn out. But this is how the seed is. You do 2 to 3 per mound based on the package. The square foot garden method says 1 per square foot. I'm going to go ahead and plant 2 seeds in case one doesn't germinate or one grows stronger than the other, and I decide to just save one. Then I have at least a plant and not a dud. So we'll plant them. This is that piece of fence that I cut, and then I just bent back some of the pieces to kind of lock it into shape so it won't try to tighten back up. And then I have those 2 leftover stakes from the temporary fencing that I had done before. And so I have my sugar pie pumpkin going on right here. And then you can plant, from what I read, you could tell me in the comments below if you've ever done anything or heard anything, but that you can plant watermelon with pumpkins. And I'm trying to really maximize my space by getting these trellises in here. And so this trellis, I have it staked with rebar on the front. And then I have another metal rod up here that I'm going to tie to the other stake just to double stake it. But this is going to be my little sugar baby watermelons. And I'm pretty sure tomatoes are gonna stay here. And I originally was going to put corn here, and it's getting some sunlight now, but most of the day that was really shaded back there, and this is north. But so is the tip of every bed is north. But then I also have a bed next to each of the beds. So in order to get all of that 11 o'clock and on sun, I've decided to put my corn over here so that it doesn't begin to shade anything else, because I don't have anything growing over here. And so everything will get their sun as well. So I'm putting corn here. It's 4 feet. I'm going to do 4 by 4 for the corn, and then eggplant and so on. 4 seeds of the corn per square foot. And so here I have used the blue 4 markers and punched the 4 holes, dropped the seed in here. So now I'm just going to use this punch and make sure that it's down in there, and cover them back up, and then just smooth it out. And this is the Candy King with K's on it, Candy King corn, and it's sweeter than some varieties, but not as sweet as the super sweet, is what I've read. So I've done 2 rows here, and now I'm going to do my 3rd and 4th row of the corn. Okay guys, so now I'm about to plant eggplant. I have about 4 or 5, like probably about 5 feet of corn. Eyeballing that, it's about 4.5 feet for corn. So I put my marker here. Next I'm going to plant eggplant and 2 varieties of squash, a scalloped squash that loves the heat, and a straight neck. And then I have a variety of eggplant called Beach Beauty, and that was a little bit more expensive. So for example, I paid by the scoop, which you get a lot more seed when you pay it by the scoop. So I paid $1 for a scoop of white scallop squash, but I paid $4 for a scoop of Beach Beauty eggplant. So you better like eggplant if you're gonna pay $4 for the seeds. And then I have this straight neck squash, and this was the Sugar Baby watermelon seed. So I've already planted that on the far side over there. So just keep rocking and rolling and getting this garden together. Oh, how cute. There's 2 red birds over there. Well, now there's just one. He's right there. And that's the little guy. And his lady was right there. But they did a little kiss and she flew away.